Check.
I will keep that in mind for you. How's that? Yeah.
Check, check. What's up, Bill? Anything you want to do today? Postures, body parts, anything you want to mess with? No requests? Okay. Anyone else? So you're always going to hear me say side bodies from hips to armpit. So if you think, if I go from my hip to my armpit, that's this, right? If I go to my shoulder, that's this. Right? I don't want this. I want to breathe this long, right? So off my hip bone and up through the side body. This is a pretty congested area for us, right? A lot of stuff is stuck here. So it'll feel pretty good to peel off that hip bone. We'll do, we could play with some like side plank variations with a little strength today. Do some of those side bends, those kind of things. Your intercostal muscles are the muscles between your ribs. They're pretty cool. They do a few different actions. So we'll play with that. We'll do a couple twists. Twists are your obliques and your spinal erectors, the muscles that run up your spine. Your obliques are like the girdle that comes around, right? So that's what's going to create the rotation. So we'll work some of that today too. Yeah, let's do it. Take a nice seat, close the eyes. I'll put some music on for y'all once we get going. So take a few breaths. Start to refine the breath. So from listening to yourself breathe to slowing down the beginning of the inhale and pushing a little more on the end of the exhale to counting out the breath, right? 2 or 3 seconds for the inhale. Make the exhale 2 or 3 seconds. You're going to hear me talk about that through our practice quite a few times. That you're starting to set the tempo, right, of how our movements are going to go. So let's just think of like downward dog and plank, right? If you're going to inhale, right, you're going to come forward to plank, and the inhale takes 2 seconds, and it should take you 2 seconds to move from your downward dog forward into your plank. If your exhale is 2 seconds, it should take 2 full seconds when you then push back from your plank to your downward dog. And what do we tend to do? We rush and we move fast, right? What you got to do is slow it down. That's one of the challenges in yoga. Yoga has lots of challenges. This is why I always honor that, right? I always talk about the challenge that yoga gives, because it's going to take you to the edge in many moments. And that's where you want to get. The edge is where the change begins, right? If you don't get to the edge, you're not quite there. But if you go too far, right, we might have gone beyond what we can control. So it's finding where the sweet spot is. Does that change? It does. Changes from pose to pose. It changes from breath to breath. So here you could feel the heart rate's really controlled. The breath is pretty calm. You'll notice when we start to link postures and work through vinyasas, the heart rate's going to come up, which means the breath is going to have to move a little bit faster. But here, settle into it. Maybe you find Ujjayi breath, where the air begins to rebound off the back of the throat. As we feel the breath turn the movement, so think of the 2 or 3 seconds. On the next inhale, let the arms lift for 2 or 3 seconds. On the exhale, for 2 or 3 seconds, bring the thumbs to touch, and then the pinkies, and the pointer fingers, and the ring fingers, and the middle fingers, like the petals of the lotus closing. And now we breathe into that space between our palms. And one time together to initiate our practice. Together, the sound of Om. All together, deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. Let's start out in child's pose. We'll get to those side bodies a little bit here. So child's pose is going to be big toes are touching, knees are wide to the edges of your mat, arms are overhead. Then push your hands down and forward and root those sit bones down to your heels. You can see I even kind of walk my hands back towards my knees a little bit to make up that space. So now I can root the sit bones into the heels. Now, like I'm anchoring in them into my sit bones. They're going to hold. I want them to stay there. Now start to breathe. Look forward. Pointer fingers are straight forward or turned out a little bit. Start to lift the forearms up away from the mat. Lift the inner biceps up away from the mat. If your head's on the mat, slide the back of your neck to the ceiling so your forehead's off the mat. Now, as the arms lift up, as the back of the neck slides up towards the ceiling, the opposing force is soften your chest towards the mat, but not your chin. And play with that. The throat to the ceiling, back of the throat to the ceiling, but chest towards the mat. One more breath. As you look forward again, walk your hands towards the right side. Now we'll get into the side body. Root the left sit bone into the left heel. Take a nice breath, like a big inhale, to the front left corner of your mat. You're going to expand the ribs on that side. Then on the exhale, you're going to walk your hands more towards the right. And you'll feel a big peel come off that hip bone. Now to get to your lat, this big muscle right here on your back, TP your fingers like this, and you'll get a real nice stretch right through this lat right here. It connects up in here. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. And then again, look forward, walk your hands towards the left. Pushing the hand down, roots the right sit bone to the right heel. We start to breathe up that right side. Right ribs to the front right corner of the mat on a big inhale, and the exhale walks the hands to the left a little bit to peel. So think the inhale is making the space, right? We're filling it up. And then the exhale, we're going to take it deeper. The stretch, the bend, the fold, the twist, the reach, right? That's the extension. Maybe TP the fingers, get into that lat, feel real nice. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. Next inhale, come up, puppy dog. So the hips are going to stack up on top of the knees. The arms are overhead. Forehead's off the mat. So same thing, look forward, pointer finger straight forward or turned out. Spread the fingers. Hug the hands into the midline. Keep the forearms lifting up. Keep the inner biceps lifting up. Slide the back of your neck towards the ceiling. Pull your shutters closed. If you're not sure where your shutters are, right here. Right? Bottom of the ribs. The shutters want to peel open. Close them. And now play with the opposing forces. So as the arms lift up, the back of the neck slides to the ceiling, the chest softens to the mat. But don't lose those shutters. You're not trying to kink the spine here. You're trying to just come into neutral thoracic extension. One more breath. Then TP the fingers on the right hand, thread the left hand underneath, the palm up. If you TP the fingers again, you'll make a little more space, like you're taking your right elbow to the sky, give you a little more space to twist under. Maybe start to look up towards the ceiling here. And there's that nice big twist in the upper back. Inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. Pull the shutters closed. Look forward, TP the fingers on the left hand. Thread that right hand underneath or whatever your side two is. Twists are above the waist, so we don't want that right hip to drop with us. Keep the sit bones reaching back to where the ceiling and the wall meet, the back of the room. Then breathe forward like the crown of your head to where the floor and the wall meet at the front of the room. Now start to twist. Maybe the elbow to the sky, maybe looking up to the ceiling. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle. Next inhale, come up, all fours, hands and knees. Hands an inch or two in front of your shoulders, knees an inch or two behind your hips. Build up the low mountain. See how my low back is nice and filled in? It's not this. This is what it wants to do. This is it not engaged. I need to be here. Just like this is too much, this is not enough. I got to find where that sweet spot is. Take a couple breaths. Hug every muscle into bone. So you're hugging the hands in, the forearms in, you're squeezing your biceps. You're feeling that energy root into the shoulders and the chest and the upper back. You're sweeping the inner heels out. You're hugging the shins in. You're pulling your heels to your butt. You're feeling that energy come up the legs and root into the hips. Pull your pelvic floor up. Pull your belly button in. Pull those shutters closed. Slide the back of the neck to the ceiling. Bring the gaze right across the fingertips. And now hold that. We're stabilizing ourselves. And then from here, you're going to do those oscillating cat-cow. So you take the hips up, back, and around. Forward, under, and down. Up, back, and around. Forward, under, and down. We'll do 5 to the one side, and then 5 to side 2. Taking the spine here through its full ranges of motion. Stay with your breath. Think of the 2 or 3 seconds. Now, I started before you, so I'm here finished with my 5 one way. I'm going to go the other way. Moving slowly with your breath. I'll put some music on for y'all in just a second. Now I'm coming up on my last one. Take your time. We'll meet back in that low mountain. One more breath. Hug in. Feel that stability. When you're ready, step back to plank. So in plank, your shoulders are going to stack up on top of your wrist crease, and you could see I'm reaching out of my heels. As compared to here, where my feet are straight up and down, I want to be this way. Heels back in dorsiflexion. Take a breath. Pull the pelvic floor in. Pull your belly button in. Pull your shutters closed. Now feel as you push down, you're lifting up. Feel your upper back stay nice and open. We're not trying to collapse between our shoulder blades. Not even no softening here. It's pushing down, protraction of the scapula. So they're moving out. Keep that. Now lift the hips, push back to downward dog. And you could bend your knees in downward dog. The first one I always say, let's bend our knees just so we can work the upper body. But you can bend your knees in every downward dog because the legs, straightening the legs are the extension. That's the last part of the pose. What we're looking for here is that the arms are overhead and your low back has its natural curve. So like sit bones to where the ceiling and the wall meet at the back of the room. Now, like we did before, we were a little less weight bearing, so it was a little bit easier, right? Lift the forearms up, lift the inner biceps up. Slide the back of the neck forward to where the ceiling and the wall meet at the front of the room. Now push the hands down and forward, and as the chest goes back to the toenails a little bit, you're going to notice that your cheeks or your ears are in line with your biceps. That's your arms overhead. Now, if you want to play with the legs, charge the legs. So sweep the heels out, hug those shins in, pull the heels of the butt, and then start to straighten from the hips, down the back of the legs, and out of the bottom of the heels. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Think of the 2 or 3 seconds. Inhale, drive forward to the plank, 2 or 3 seconds. Exhale, push back to downward dog, 2 or 3 seconds. Right? That shit's a challenge in itself, just to move with your breath. Because what do we want to do? We want to be like, right? That's not where we're at, though. That's not what we're working on. The benefit to this muscularly is you're keeping your muscles under tension longer. And that's how you get stronger, right? Time under tension. One more. This time as you come forward to plank, let the exhale lower chaturanga. So see, that's where my feet go straight up and down. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. So you could be low here, right? You can come up a little bit higher if this feels good, but everybody's shoulders are back and down away from your ears. After your 3 breaths, lower your chest, push up through plank, back to downward dog. Now, if it felt better to bend those knees, bend them. If it felt better to straighten them, straighten them. One's not better than the other, right? It's just where you want to play with the pose. Keep your hands down. Swivel to the outside of the right foot and the inside of the left. There's that left side body. Keep pushing your hands down and forward. Inhale, come back to center. Don't let your head hang. Swivel to the outside of the left, inside of the right. It wants to hang. I know, mine does too. Maybe look forward between the heels of your hands. Keep the muscles in the back of the neck ignited. Inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. Keep pulling your hands back towards your waist. After your 3 breaths, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Nice, y'all. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Belly button in, sit bones down. That's the low back, nice and safe. Reach up through your thumbs. Now maybe curl back just a little bit. Feel that peel come up off the pubic bone, so do your belly, your chest, your neck and your face, up your arms, up and out of the fingertips. 1 more breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands behind your back. Take a breath, fill up the ribs. And take those shoulders back. Maybe hands away from your back a little bit. This is how you get into your forearms and biceps, this way. This way is how you start to get upper traps a little bit more. Anytime you're this way is your chest. So right away we're getting pecs to open, but you can play with them a few different ways. The rest of my body, full on mountain pose. Like if I had shorts on, you'd see all the muscles in my legs hugging in. You can see from my feet, right? I'm super fired up. Time under tension. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Right hand grabs that left wrist. I'm going to play with the balance. If you want to plug the right leg up, plug it up. If you want to keep the foot down, whatever feels good to you. Now the hip's going to go to the left a little bit, and you're going to side bend towards the right. Yep, so towards the brick wall. Now take your hands off and take your arms back a little bit deeper. Yep. Now take a big inhale on the left side of the ribs where the ceiling and the wall meet. And exhale, peel towards the bricks a little more. Nice, y'all. Inhale, come up, swap the hand, swap the foot. Plug that leg up. Hip goes to the right just a little bit. We side bend to the left or to the wall with the window and the door. Adduction is where you're hugging your thighs in towards one another. Keep that. You should feel all this engaged. Head and throat back. Take the arms back. Now take that big inhale on the right side of the ribs where the ceiling and the wall meet, and then go ahead and curl over a little more. Inhale, come up, release the hands and the foot, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, place the hands, step the right leg back, lunge. High on your fingertips are your blocks. See, we don't want this. We don't want this. This is our misalignment of life, right? I want to be here with my spine, nice and straight. Remember I said neutral thoracic extension? That's this. That's this. Mountain pose. I'm trying to find this in this lunge. Easier said than done, shit yeah. Because this is where our body wants to go, right? Your body don't give shit about alignment. It cares about the path of least resistance, right? That's where it's always going to go. You have to try to create that through muscle memory, right? Through engagement and integration. So here we go. Let's integrate. Push down. Now pull your front heel back and your back toes forward. Now you feel the power in the legs. Hug the shins in. Yep. Pull the pelvic floor up. Pull the belly in. Pull those shutters closed. Now if you want to go further to the floor, you got to go here at your hip crease, not here at your belly. 1 more breath. Look forward. Push from that right foot to the left heel. Step forward. Keep the knees bent. Reach the left leg back. Reach out of your heel, extend back from the hip. Hips width apart. In my lunges, I tend to start with the blocks at this height, and then through a few breaths, I try to get to the floor. Some days it goes better than others. Some days I come back up to my blocks. Some days I can get to the floor with a little less effort. But I don't beat myself up to whatever that's asking. It is what the moment is, right? And then I just keep working. I keep working to pull my feet together, keep working now to keep hugging in and keep the power. Now the freedom, or like the extension, is going to be reach your back heel back. As you pull your front knee forward, reach the front heel back, reach the front knee forward. Reach up out of the crown of the head, even expand side to side. One more breath. Push from the left heel to the left foot to the right heel. Step forward, swing the arms up, big reach. Sit back into Utkatasana, chair pose. So I need my butt to go back before my knees bend. See, this is the misalignment. It's this way. That's glute med and piriformis turning on. Those are your pelvic stabilizers. We need that shit. Now lift your arms up. Sit bones are down to the mat, not up to the sky. Now that's too much. Sit down a little bit more. Charge the legs. Lift the arms. One more breath. Sit deeper. Push down, rise up. Exhale, fold. Nice, y'all. Take the right hand to the outside of the left calf or shin. Left hand could be fingertips, block, hip. Some of you extend up. Feel free. If you reach the hand to the sky, spin the back of your right hand to the outside of your left ankle. So the palm is facing the wall with the window and the door. Inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. When you're ready, swap. Fingertips, block, hip. If you're going to take the arm to the sky, spin the back of that left hand to the outside of the right ankle, or your palm facing the brick wall. That's external rotation. That's what we want. That's shoulder back. Maybe we even look up and we play with the balance. Inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Keep the weight balanced in the feet. The tendency is that the weight goes forward, so you got to build from your heels. Push your heels down. Now reach the outside of the foot forward till the pinky toe mound roots. Now widen the foot to the midline till the big toe mound roots. You should see like a space between your toes, and your arches are like super alive. We want that. Now look forward and drag your fingers back to your toes, and you're going to pull your spine forward. Now go ahead and fold into pose, nice and deep. Nice, y'all. One more breath. And then from here, bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Move through your vinyasa 3 times. So start to flow a little bit. Stay with your breath. Yeah, nice pace, y'all. We'll meet back in downward dog after your 3. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 1 crescent. Right hand grabs the left wrist. We side bend towards the wall with the bricks. Now the trick to doing this to try to get your psoas to stretch more. The trick is the psoas attaches to the bottom ribs and the spine. You got to pull the shutters closed. So when the shutters close, that's where the spine lifts. Now you can side bend away. Head and throw back, arms back. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down to the blocks. Flip them up nice and high. Slowly straighten your front leg. Re-square that left hip forward and down. Look forward. Yep. Now, see how the spine's nice and tall? The throat is to the ceiling. Chest comes down. Throat goes to the ceiling. Chest comes towards the inside of the thigh. But think forward. I don't even think of my thigh. Think of like towards your foot. That's out in front of you. That's going to keep the length. Keeping the back heel up makes the pose a little more accessible. Reaching the back heel away makes it a little more challenging because you got to keep the hip coming forward, right? Even though you're reaching the heel back. One more breath. Next inhale, look forward, bend into the lead knee, place the hands down, step back, downward dog, move through one vinyasa. Are our vinyasas as slow as they were when we started? Maybe not. Because now we're starting to, right, as we hold these poses, we're putting stress in our body. That's what exercise is. It's just positive stress, right? And when that happens, your heart rate comes up, which means the pace might have to pick up a little bit. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. When you're ready, inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 1 crescent. So front knee right on top of the ankle. We want it to track this second toe, the one next to your big toe. So if it's collapsing in, widen it out. If it's blowing out the side, hug it in. Then your left hand's going to grab your right wrist. You're going to pull the shutters closed and reach up to the sky. Now take that side bend towards the wall with the window and the door. Do that again. Charge the legs. So push down, hug in. Work it up the core. Work up through the arms, whatever angle you're on. And now go deeper. Head and throat back, arms back. Nice, y'all. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down. Flip the blocks up. Slowly straighten that front leg. Right hip comes forward and down. We look forward. There's the spine. And now fold down the inside of the leg, thinking throat to the ceiling, chest towards the mat. The weight in your arms, very light. It's easy to do this and bear all the weight. It's this, always light. Just connection to let your mind know you're safe. Feeling this from the sit bone to behind the knee, so the hamstring on the back of that left leg, but then from the knee, you're feeling it down the front of the shin, down the front of the foot. One more breath. Look forward, bend into the lead knee, lunge, place the hands down, downward dog, move through one vinyasa. Roll to the outside of the right foot, stack the left foot on top or in front. So this first one, we're going to work a little more neutral to just start to prep us up. We're going to work this pose a few times today. So we want to push out of the big toe mounds to charge the legs and bring that into the hips. In my arm, you can see I'm turning my bicep forward to take the shoulder back. Maybe look up. One more breath. Inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog. Take a breath. Roll to the outside of the left foot. So see here, I'll show you the arm. You can see as I turn the bicep forward, I root into the upper back. That's going to give me the power. Maybe I reach up. Maybe I look up. Inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. Spin the back heel. Come bent arm to bent knee. Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. So this is a balance beam pose. That means my front heel is in line with my back arch. So if I draw the line, heel in line with arch. We want that. Root the thigh back like you're sticking your butt back on the left side. Take the hip back. Yep. Bring the arm in front if you need to plug, or sweep that bicep right up along the cheek, wherever you want to be. If you're going to go hand down to the block or the floor, feel free. So right hand would go down either inside or behind the foot. Now, we're not trying to side crescent here. So open the right side body up. See, we're not trying to do this. We're trying to do this and open that right side body up. So squeeze the left. Yes. One more breath. Maybe look up. Push into your front heel. Inhale, come up tall, warrior two. Push the front leg straight. Now rip your feet together so that we don't get that in the hip. You got to hug in. We've been working on this. Breathe and get tall. Now hinge at that right side of the hip. Bring the hand down either inside or outside the foot. Keep ripping the feet together. Yeah, that's the head of your femur moving around in your hip socket. We don't want that, right? We want integration. Now open the right side body again. Spin the right shoulder back. Maybe start to look up the arm. Breathe. Inhale, come up. Bend into the lead knee, warrior two. Spin the hands down to the floor. Spin the back heel up, downward dog, move through one vinyasa. Stay with your breath. It's probably a little faster vinyasa, right? We're not sprinting though, so it's not that fast. We're not even jogging. But did your heart rate come up? Sure. Keep pushing the hands down and forward. Keep the chest working back towards the toenails. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Spin the back heel. If you can't get the thigh back, what you do is you bring your hands to the inside of your foot and you stick your butt back like this. And that'll take the thigh back. Then you can climb the elbow to the knee and you still got the thigh back. You got the hip back. You're going to take the ribs back. Right? That's the rotational part of the pose. So, see, when I'm here, I now want to go belly in, shutters closed, top of the ribs back, bottom of the ribs forward. So start rotating open. The leg, you're going sit bone to heel or sweep the heels because you're opening up those adductors, the inside of that left thigh. Keep breathing here. One more breath. Now push into your front heel and inhale, come up, warrior two. Then slowly for the 2 or 3 seconds, push the front leg straight. Keep that thigh back and that hip back and the ribs back. Now rip the feet together and breathe and get tall through the side bodies. And then hinge at the left side of the hip. Bring the hand down inside or outside the foot. Open the left side body by maybe squeezing the top, the right. Pelvic floor, belly, shutters. The top of the ribs go back. The bottom of the ribs go forward. We rotate open. We maybe even look up. Breathe. One more breath. Push into your front heel. Inhale, come up tall. Yeah, nice side bodies. Bend into the lead knee, warrior two. Spin the hands down to the floor. Stay with your breath. Spin the back heel up, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Nice, y'all. When you get back to downward dog, exhale, lower your knees. Sit back on your heels. Give yourself a little break. Child's pose. Vajrasana is here with your toes curled. Yana Mudra. Whatever feels good. When you're ready, let's meet all fours, hands, and knees. Fire up that low mountain. You got like 3 elements of an engagement, right? You have stabilization, you have strength, and you have power. Here, we're working stabilization. So the more you hug in, right, the more you feel that you're stabilizing yourself. You're holding the space. That's what we want. When you're ready, step back to plank. Shoulders are on top of the wrist crease, and you're reaching out of your heels. You're pushing down. Keep the hips up. Don't let the hips sag. They're going to try to. Keep breathing. You want to play. The right leg comes up. You take it to the outside of the mat, touch the toe. Lift it back up, come back to center, lower it down. Lift the left leg up. As you abduct, lead with the outer heel, not with the pinky toe. Touch the toe, come back in and down. Keep breathing here. We're almost there. Now push back, downward dog. Push the hands down and forward. Get the weight to go back towards your shins, towards your legs. The arms can't hold this weight up all the time, right? The legs can. So you got to get the weight back in the legs. So push the hands down and forward. And as the chest goes back towards your legs, your toenails, you're going to feel that the weight's in the legs more. And the arms, not easy, but easier. Don't let your head hang. Keep sliding the back of your neck forward. So you feel the muscles in the back of the neck engage. You maybe could even look like right to the heels of your hands, like across that line. Keep breathing. We're almost there. We got about 15 seconds left. Keep the inner biceps lifting up. Don't let them fall. They're going to try to. Keep breathing. We're under 10. And then from here, slowly lower your knees. Come to hero's pose. Nice, y'all. Getting some shake out of that? I hope, right? The shake is the time under tension, right? That's you getting stronger. If you held the plank and you didn't shake at all, what do you think you need to do? Hold longer, right? And I tell you that about yoga all the time. You'll work hard for some shit, right? Yoga's not going to make a big deal about it. This is going to be like, great job, and now here's something else. And that will be your entire practice. Sometimes you'll work a year for a pose, and yoga will be like, oh, you did that? It took a year? Great. And now here's the next part of the pose. That's why we don't get anxious over the shit. We just practice, right? It took the anxiety out of it for us. Now take the space between our knees will be different, right? But the shins will be parallel with the sides of the mat for everyone. So is this parallel? Nah. Is this? Nah. So for me, I want to be here. Now turn your feet out, and you'll notice that as you unsickle them, you'll be able to settle down between a little more. If your butt doesn't touch, no problem. Take the blanket or the block, boost up a little bit. Take your right hand behind you, your left hand to the outside of your thigh. Now with your right hand, push it back and sit up tall. Now take the twist towards the brick wall. Keep the shutters closed. When the shutters blow open, the twist becomes manipulation of the ribs. When the shutters are closed, it becomes a rotation of the spine. We want the rotation of the spine. If you have any issues with your neck, you always keep your head in line with your chest. But if you want to peek over your shoulder, you certainly can. Inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle, and then swap. Left hand goes behind, right hand to the outside of the thigh. Sit up tall, take the twist. Maybe you're peeking over the shoulder a little bit. One more breath. And then inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, come up, all fours, hands and knees. And then just reach the one leg back, open up the knee and the hip. Belly's in. I don't say draw your belly in every pose because I don't have anything else to say, right? I know that's what wants to let loose. It does in my body. You got to work that core. Lower the legs, swap side two. The core is the stability. Reach back out of the heel, reach forward out of the crown of the head. Breathe side to side. And then lower that knee, spin around to a seated position. So I've been playing with some baby cradle with y'all. I've been playing with Astha Vakrasana. We'll try it again. Since we did some twists today, this goes with that. So we'll get into the back of the hip a little, and then those either want to play with the arm balance, I'll talk you through again. So you're going to bend your right leg, bring it to the outside of your hip, and your left leg, you're going to take your hand either underneath your ankle and one underneath your calf, or, sorry, I gotta adjust my knee a little bit. You're going to bring your foot into the crease of your elbow. Push out of your big toe mount and pull the pinky toe side of the foot back. So the foot is in Tadasana as compared to the sickle that wants to happen. Now you're feeling the stretch back here, back of the hip, down the back of the leg, as the name implies, baby cradle. Maybe we go side to side. Feels nice. Sit up tall, work the upper back. Yeah, because this wants to happen, right? So don't look down at your shin, look out in front of you, keep sitting up tall. Now here's a great place to stay, right? We're in the back of the hip. We're opening up the back of the leg. If you want to play with Asta Vakrasana, the arm balance, you're going to lift the left leg up and you're going to take it high on your arm. And you're going to squeeze your arm between your leg. Otherwise, it would do this. Now I'm going to place my hands down just like downward dog. So to the outside of my shoulders, pointer finger straight forward or turned out. Here's some core for you. You're going to take your right ankle over your left. Then you're going to take your feet to the outside of your left hand. Now you're going to bend both elbows, because I always see this with the right arm. You got to bend them both, and you got to go forward. And as you go forward, you're going to wedge the inside of your left thigh to the back of your arm as you squeeze your thighs. You can take that shoulder back on the left side, right side, and squeeze your thighs together like you're reaching your legs towards the side walls. Yeah, awesome. Nice. And then when you're ready, unwind. We'll swap side too. I push like a gas pedal. I sit up nice and tall. I persuade side to side a little bit. And then I decide, is this where I want to play today? Awesome. Do I want to play in Asta Vakrasana? Same awesome, right? It's just wherever you want to go. So if you're going to stay here, stay here. If you're going to lift the leg. Take the arm underneath. Squeeze. Place the hands down. Left over right, feet to the outside of the hand, bend both elbows, go forward, squeeze your thighs together, take the left shoulder back. You can hear me talking. I'm not like struggling a lot here. Is it easy? No. But is it like overly hard? No. You could tell by my voice. It's not called arm strength pose, right? It's called arm balance. You're supposed to balance the weight. The problem that I tell you all the time is, where's all the weight in our bodies? They're called prime movers for a reason. They're the big, heavy muscles, right? How much is up here? Not the same weight that's down here, right? So it's always going to take more of this to go forward than it is for this to go up, right? It's always going to be the case. And you're almost in all the arm balances, your hand is creating the foundation, right? The roots. Your forearm is going to make a pillar, and your tricep's going to make a shelf. And you're going to put something on the shelf, right? Whatever that is, something's going on the shelf, right? And that's most of the arm balances. But that's the idea. So do you think this is going to be strong? Shit, no, right? I have to be here, shoulder back. That's why you want to think chaturanga in the arm balances. Shoulders and elbows, same height. We try another one. Spin around all fours, because we're still got to hit that side plank thing. And then let's meet in downward dog. Pedal, swivel, wiggle, whatever feels good. Just start to rev the engine up a little bit. And then come to neutral. Roll to the outside of the right foot, stack the left foot on top or in front. Charge the legs, integrate the shoulder. Now lift your left hip to the sky.
There's that little side crescent. Now take the arm overhead like you're reaching to the front of the room, and there's the peel off that left hip. Breathe. One more breath. Inhale, come back to plank. Nice, y'all. Push back, downward dog. Take a breath. Roll to the outside of the left foot. Stack the right foot on top or in front. Now lift the right hip to the sky. Feel the side crescent. Take the arm overhead. Feel the peel off the hip. Reach back, like reach out of your feet, forward out of your feet, and then forward out of your hand. Inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog. Full breath in, complete breath out. And then exhale, lower your knees. Take your feet wide, take your knees wide in your feet, and then just walk your hands back, come to Malasana or squat pose. So taking your heels onto the blanket will lift you up a little more and make it a little more accessible. If your heels don't touch, we want to boost them up. If you don't have the blanket, you take the mat like this, and you roll it up a little bit, and then you can put your heel of your foot on the roll. Let your knees track your toes. Hug your knees in first to engage. Push the elbows away to stretch. Drive the elbows down into the knees to sit up tall and reignite the back. Now, if you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to work crow, the arm balance, you're going to lift your hips up and you're going to place your hands down, just like downward dog. See how my knees, right now they're on the outside of my arms, but I can stack them on the back if I want a little more foundation. I like them on the outside because it's a little more challenging. You're going to walk your feet together. Push your big toe mounds together. Now look forward. Remember, a weight, we have to bring it forward. So I keep looking forward and reaching out in front of me. Then my feet are going to get light. When my feet start to float, I pull my heels to my butt and I push my hands down like I'm trying to straighten my arms. Yeah, keep looking forward. Yeah. Think of the weight, right? We got to get the weight forward to bring what's back up. Nice. And when you're ready, you lower down. All right, grab your mats, find a spot on the wall. We'll go upside down. There'll be plenty of room for everybody. If you like to invert in the middle of the room, you're welcome to stay in the middle of the room, okay? Yep, you can come up here. The doors are all in play. This wall's pretty opened up down here if you want to squeeze in. If you're going to do downward dog and L pose, you can work underneath the lights. If you're going to kick up into handstand, then just make sure you're away from the lights a little bit. If you're at home, you don't have the wall to kick up on, you lay on your back. Interlace your hand, hug your knees to your chest, interlace your hands behind your one thigh, and then take a bunch of breaths, and then swap into side two. If you are at home or in the studio, it's not your day to invert. You're always welcome to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you. Okay? I'm going to talk everyone through downward dog and L pose. You're more than welcome to do handstand, headstand, tripod, pincha, anything you want to mess with. Okay? You can do twisting inversion can be tripod to legs wide and then twist. Or you can go crow to tripod down to twisted crow. Okay? You want to play with that. So if you're going to stick with me, all fours, hands and knees, feet are touching the wall. If you're going to go on your own, whenever you're ready. If you're going to do another pose that feels good, set it up. All right, so from all fours, take a couple breaths, build it up. Build that low mountain up. When you're ready, lift the knees and the hips. Short downward dog. Step one foot up the wall, and then the second foot. With your knees bent, you'll be in downward dog inverted. With your legs straight, you'll be in L pose. Play around. Nice, y'all. Remember what the challenge is here. Can you, yes, just look forward more. You had it. That's awesome. The challenge is, can you go ass overhead, still keep breathing, and soften your face and settle the pose, right? That's a hell of a challenge. But that's what the game, that's where we're at in the game right now, right? You do the best that you can. Right, it has to go in the upper back a little bit at the very end, right? That, because there's no more flexion in the hip. There's nowhere for it to go in the hip. When you're going down into the twisted crow. So think like it has to kind of come into here a little bit to get the knees to go on top of the arm. Because you're already in deepest flexion. You can't go any more in flexion, right? The knees are all the way in. So it's a little bit in that upper back. If you were going for the full extension. I don't know if you were doing core or you were doing a little bit. Yes, yes, yes. Did what? Ekapada Bakasana. Yeah. One-legged crow.
Yeah, to extend the leg out.
Yeah.
Is it better, I guess it's better to stack the knee on the tricep than to hug?
I still work from the outside because I like the adduction. Yeah. So we're talking about Ekapada Bakasana, which is where you release the one leg. So you'd work from your crow here. Then you're going to shift the weight a little bit to the one side and you got to release the leg. But see, I got to dip down this way. Then I'm taking my foot to like where the ceiling and the wall meet. But see, I got to dip this way so I can get the angle right. Otherwise, where's all the weight? And where does the weight have to go? Where the ceiling and the wall meet, not to the wall, right? So it's a little more hinge. Yeah, now keep bending your elbows more. Bend your elbows more. There. Now release the leg. Keep bending the elbow. Yes. Yes. That's the spot to kick the leg back in. It's a little more intense, right? Because it's a little more elbow bend.
Yeah.
It's like true chaturanga. I mean, this is like really hard. Right? This is really hard. Like, so anytime you're going into that position, that's super challenging. But again, that's where the game's played, right? You do the best that you can. You're not going to beat yourself up over it, right? You're just going to keep practicing. If you've never done crow, and today you were like, success, right? Further than you were last practice. And then next time, maybe you go like this. And then next time, you know, you're floating, and before you know it, you're doing Instagram photos of you doing crow on the fucking fire hydrant or some shit, right? Don't say you never seen it, because you have, right? All right, let's meet, where are we? This is always the part of class where I try to figure out how much shit I could put in the last 15 minutes. So let's go on our backs. We got to get another little quad stretch in. We'll do that on our backs. Too late. I just changed my mind, but I think it's too late. All right, let's start on our backs. Knees are bent. We had a pretty fiery class. I'll keep these back bends pretty classic here. Supported bridge, as always, is where the block goes under your sacrum. All right? Bridge and wheel, I'll first talk you into bridge on the first one and then wheel on the second one. But if you want to do 2 wheels or 2 bridges or stay in supported bridge, awesome. So let's start feet on the floor and your feet are parallel like train tracks. What wants to happen? The heels want to turn into the midline. So you might have to sweep the inner heels out a little bit. Charge your legs up. So pushing the heels down, sweeping the inner heels out, hugging the shins in, pulling your heels to your butt. Now go to the core. As the pull the pelvic floor up, bring your belly button to your spine, feel the sacrum root to the mat. Pull the shutters closed. Take the arms along the sides, maybe give you a little support as you take the shoulders back. And then when you're ready, slowly lift the hips. Now go slow. Remember the 2 or 3 seconds? I tell you all the time, y'all are strong. And you could easily go too far with the hips. So lift the hips, but still keep the crease in the front of the thigh. If the crease goes away, that's thighs forward. And you still need the thighs to go back. Now to take the back bend deeper, push your feet down and forward, and you're gonna feel the back bend go underneath the shoulder blades. That's where we want the back bend to be. In your belly button, it's working to your spine, and your sit bones are lengthening to the backs of your knees, so your lumbar is nice and like puffed up here as compared to it trying to round on you or cave in, concave in. One more breath. And then stay engaged as you lower down. See if you get the sacrum to land flat. Belly to spine, sit bones to the backs of the knees. Then the feet go wide, the knees touch. One hand on your heart and one hand on your low belly. Full breath in, complete breath out. Right, think of what the challenge has been the past couple of poses. And I talk about this time in practice a lot. It's so powerful. You like almost feel the vibration happening, right? Think of what we did. We literally just flipped things the opposite way. I went upside down, and now we're taking our spine, right, into this nice deep extension. It lives in flexion, right, as we stare at that phone all day. Come on, let's try another one. Inhale, open the knees, reset the feet, bring the arms along the sides. This time I'll talk you first into bridge and then wheel. Charge the legs, core, head and shoulders back, slowly lift the hips, come to bridge. If you want to stay here, stay here. If you're going to place your hands wide to the edges of your mat, you're going to turn them out. And when you turn them out, it's going to bring the elbows in. We want them in line with the outside of the shoulders. Now plug your shoulders back and push down to come up. Maybe lift the heels if you need a little more length to the curve. One more breath. And when you're ready, stay engaged as you lower down. Take the feet wide. Let the knees touch. If your right hand was on your heart, left hand to your heart, opposite hand to your belly. And then open the knees and windshield wiper side to side. Bless you. Next time your knees, bless you, fall to the right, let them settle. We'll get this quad stretch in. Pull your left heel to your left sit bone. That's the quad stretch. If you're going to take the right ankle above the knee here on the outside of the knee, you're not trying to push your left knee to the floor. You're trying to persuade your left knee forward in front of you. Keep the belly button in so you keep those SI joints safe. If you push the knee to the floor, you're going to tweak those SI joints, the little hinges in the back of the pelvis. So lots of belly button in, and then persuade that knee forward. Nice stretch through that lateral quad, the one on the outside. And then release the ankle. Inhale, come back to center, keep the feet wide. Let the knees fall towards the left, or whatever your side two is. And then you're going to pull your right heel to your right sit bone. And then that left knee, if you want to take it outside of the knee, go for it. Feel that nice peel off the hip bone down. Now breathe up above the waist. Feel it come off the hip bone up. That's what you want to do in your twist. You want to split. Release the ankle. Inhale, come back to center. Hug those knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Make a couple small circles. Balance both sides out, come to neutral. Rock yourself up to a seated position. I always start Janu Sirsasana with the feet wide, all right? Get to that twist and side a little bit. We'll get this QL, this muscle that's like on the outside of your pelvis on your back. We'll get that to stretch a little bit too. And then from starting wide, bend your right knee and bring your foot either to the inside of your thigh or to your pubic bone. The inside of your thigh is a little more accessible. I go to the inside of my thigh. Your pubic bone will be a little more challenging because it would be wider, whatever feels good to you. Reach down, grab the sit bone, pull it out, turn the thigh in so the kneecap and the toes are pointing straight up to the sky. On this right leg, maybe I reach to the inside of my thigh and I internally rotate it. You're trying to like split your sit bones. Inhale the arms up. Twist towards that left leg. Fold down the inside of the leg. Now don't let your arms pull out of the sockets. So maybe you hold your knee or your shin. Right? See, this is me. This is my rotator cuff just suffering right now. My arm is this long, not this long. This is integration. Right? That's where you want to be. Now to get deeper in the pose, I got to go through the back of my legs. I got to work through my spine. My little trick I've been telling y'all is I always try to keep my elbows bent a little. That's how I know my arms are plugged in. If that works for you, go for it. If there's another trick that you do to keep your arms plugged, do it. Now don't look at your knee. Look out in front of your foot. There's the spine long. Now fold. Keep looking out in front of you. Now to get to that QL, you take your right hand and you turn the palm forward. You grab the pinky toe side of the foot. And then you gently push like a gas pedal. And right here peels open. Icky spot for a lot of us. You always hear me talk about that. That's the muscle that works when the glute doesn't help the hip extend. That little QL hikes the hip up. One more breath. One of our misaligned muscles. Inhale, come up tall. Keep those side bodies long. Yep. Exhale, the hands in front. And then just swap the legs. Start wide. Bend. Reach down. Inhale the arms up. Twist towards that right leg. Fold down the inside. Keep breathing through the spine. So inhale, look forward, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, fold into the pose. Do that again. Inhale, look forward. Get that length through the spine, and then exhale, fold. And then to go to that little trick, you're going to take your left hand to the pinky toe side. Take it no more. Then you're going to push like a gas pedal, and here's that QL opening up on that left side. One more breath. Now inhale, come up tall. Yep. Exhale, hands in front. Take the legs wide, then bring them together and lay flat back. Reach the arms up overhead. Take a big stretch here. Reach out of your feet. Reach forward out of the fingertips and the crown of the head. Spread those fingers. Feel all that space that we make. Hug the knees to your chest. Give yourself a little hug. All right, take the block. Bring it between either here between your thighs or here between your calf muscles. Your thighs will be more accessible. Your calves will be more challenging. Keep your heels sweeping away from each other. They're going to try to turn in. Keep sweeping them out. We're going to do an active, a little more dynamic twist. So for more support, take your arms out to the side. Yep. Now you're going to lower your knees to the right. Inhale them back up. Exhale, lower to the left. Inhale, back up. Keep going. Keep stability and hugging the knees towards the chest. So stability through the hip flexors. Keep adducting inside the thighs. Squeeze the block. Keep sweeping the heels away. That's how you're connecting to the glute. Zzz. The narrower your hands are, the more challenging this is. The wider they are out to the side, the more accessible. Let's do one more each side. When you balance your sides out, release the block. Take the legs out straight. Reach out of your heels. Reach the arms up overhead. Let your right hand grab your left wrist. Take that little side bend on the mat. Tadasana, right? The rest of your body. Inhale, come back up, so fire your feet up. Core. And then right hand grabs left wrist. Start to reach over that right shoulder with the left hand, like across yourself a little bit. Feel it come off that side body. Inhale, come up, release the hand, hug the knees to the chest. Take the knees wide, come to Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana. So knees are wide, right? Wider than your shoulders. Sacrum is flat. This wants to happen, right? Especially here. This is going to want to happen. So if this is happening, right? Let go of your feet and just hold your shins of your knees. Take your knees nice and wide, and then you can draw your knees towards your ears with that sacrum nice and flat. Then you can rock side to side. You can reach one leg out or both legs out. Whatever feels good to you. Don't even tell me it's that wedding song again, is it? It's that wedding song, isn't it? I hear it. It's every week. And it won't shut off. It won't fast forward. It's like, no, you're going to listen to us. I'm even thumbs downing. Like, never again. It's still doing it.
It's your anniversary.
It is my anniversary. It is. How'd you know that? Oh. Dude, not to bring a damper to that. This is a crazy day. Today's the day my father passed away a year ago, and it's my anniversary. So the emotions are like wild today. But that's just where the game is played, right? Inhale the knees to center. Exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. You know, the one thing I always remind myself is when the moments are going to be hard, I say that to myself. And I say that to you all the time. The moment's hard. It's supposed to be hard. Right? When you honor that and you honor those emotions, right? That's what makes us different from the rest of the animal kingdom. Right? We have these emotions and these feelings. And we honor those. We don't run away from them. Those stigmas that have been placed on some of these feelings, nah, we wash that shit away. Because that's our true self. You need to be strong enough to show all the parts of you. And does that come easy? No, it comes with work. And is that every moment? No. But that's the goal. So here as you lay back, let the head rest back, legs stretch out, feet roll open, arms come along the sides. Body gets heavy. The mind turns back to the breath, and the heart opens. The heart's going to get ready to move the practice into the yoga of life, the practice of life. Just like we talked about, we're not always perfect. But we know that when those things aren't going our way, we take a breath. We set a foundation and we engage and we express the best that we have in that moment. Honoring that with each breath is a new moment, another chance, a new opportunity. And begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feel the breath as it washes over the body from your toes to your fingers, to the crown of your head through your heart. We reawaken that better version of ourselves. crisper, clearer, more in tune, more in the flow. The fingers and the toes begin to wiggle, but the arms and the legs begin to stretch or reach. Moving in a way that feels good to you, taking your time, moving slowly and consciously. When you're ready, you can hug your knees to your chest and roll to the right side. We'll push the hands down as we come up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed, with our hands in front of our hearts. One more time to seal in our practice, our time together. The sound of Om, all together. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. And namaste. Nice Om. Thanks, crew. Good to see everyone. At least it was like the rockin' version of like that song, right? I'm telling you right now, I'm deleting the station. Station gone. That's it. There's a point I'm like, no, we're not going to do it again. Station out. Welcome, thank you.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
I'm almost at a year with my dad too, man. It's
Crazy, right? Yeah,
Thanks for that anniversary.
yeah, it's it's a big change, you know, big change.
So it goes.
But
Thanks very much, man.
You're welcome.
Hope you have
Feel
a good
free
day.
too, man. You know. Home crew, you know, if you need me, hit me up. Dude, double session. I did one too. I worked out before class. I had to.